What's going on, people in YouTube land? CM Retro here. I'm at L1 Games. You've probably seen Muzz's videos before. If you don't, there's a link in the description down below. Look who else I ran into.
What up? How goes it?
Josh from Your Player 2. We've been trying to meet up for a long time.
For
Like our way back Wednesdays, the schedules, but we met up today at L1 Games. I'm probably going to buy something. Josh already got a free PS3 out of the whole deal.
Yeah, I actually just stole it, so, you know, it put a rift in our friendship, I think, but he'll be okay.
What is going on, people inside that internet machine? Welcome to this episode of Odds and Ends. And as the title suggests, we are going to go and take another video game store tour. That's a lot harder to say than you think it is. Watch the bloopers at the end of this video. Of L1, Level 1 Games, here in beautiful Columbus, Ohio. I was able to actually meet up with Josh from Your Player 2. I will leave a link to his channel down below. And we've been trying to collaborate for a while. Maybe go on his channel, do a Way Back Wednesday or something. I actually had a Tuesday off, so I was like, hey man, I'm going to go to Muzz's store. And he said, dude, I'll meet you there at like 7:30. So it was cool. You know, we hung out for a couple hours and I just kind of talked video games, talked YouTube, kind of, you know, talk shop, that kind of stuff. But hey, we did get a whole store tour in. Let's take a look. Okay. So in our last store tour video, someone busted my balls in the comment section and said, hey, why don't you do like an interview segment? So you're going to be the first interviewee that we do for a video game store tour. So I got some questions in my head, so we'll just rapid fire.
Go for it.
How long have you been here, and how's this location been so far?
Here in the mall, I've been doing this for 8 years, and it's been solid. I've had to make a couple moves, so like they're in these 4 stores in a row here. I've actually been in 3 of them, but that's kind of the mall thing. You know, you move into a mall, you do a temporary lease, and sometimes a corporate like business comes in and bumps you. But this is by far the best storefront I've had here, so I'm super stoked with it.
Awesome. All right, so I'm sure you've seen some pretty crazy stuff come into the store from time to time. What is like the coolest thing that's ever come into this store? Maybe not the rarest, but the coolest.
So, I mean, I've seen a lot of the, you know, Panzer Dragon Sagas and Snatchers and all that stuff come through. But I did once get a Solomon's Key 2 prototype for NES. And the guy brought it in, had no idea what it was. I wasn't even 100% sure until I got it and I looked into it. But yeah, that I think was the coolest thing. And that would have been Fire and Ice, the sequel.
Okay.
In America, they didn't actually release it with the Solomon's Key 2 title. So that was a really cool one.
There you go. One of the rare Nintendo games of all time is actually Solomon's Key 2, right?
I don't know about all time, but it's definitely a cool prototype.
So, as we were talking about earlier, a bunch of stuff's come in the store, a bunch of stuff has gone out of the store. If you could have one item that you wish would walk through the door right now, what would it be?
I mean, I could be like everybody else and say like a 1990 World Championship card or something. Man, that's a really good question, and you know, I don't really have a solid answer for that. I'm a freak for anything rare and like cool pieces of video game history. So every time something like unique comes in the door, I get really excited. But I mean, the more rare, the more valuable, the more I want to see it come through the door.
Joe Montana Sports Talk Football?
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
Well, you were telling me earlier that you're almost complete with a 3DO collection, about 40 games or so away. Which one of those 3DO games do you wish would come through the door right now?
Dino Park Tycoon.
Dino
Hands
Park
down.
Tycoon.
It's like a $1,000 game. It's the holy grail of the 3DO collection. So if you
right.
have one, by all means, please bring it to me.
All right. Well, thanks for letting us shoot your store and having the interview
Absolutely.
section with us.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug your YouTube channel or Facebook or anything like
Sure,
that?
yeah,
Feel free to.
Check me out on YouTube. That's youtube.com/L1Games. You can follow me on Twitter at L1Games. I have a Facebook group and page, L1 Games. It's all L1 Games. All you have to do is type it in and follow me and check me out.
Awesome. I'll leave all the links to all of those things in the description down below. Make sure you check it out. All right, we're about to finish our day. We've got a bag of stuff. Josh just literally asked Muzz about a copy of Meat Boy, and he almost said, "Help me, Muzzly One Kenobi. You're my only hope." He almost said that. Those words almost came out of his mouth.
My only hope. That
No.
game's super hard to find.
If he had said it, I'd have given it to him.
See? Boom.
The worst.
Just rub the magic genie and he'll grant you a wish. Trying to work out. I'll never say that again. Trying to work out a way back Wednesday to go over to Josh's house and play some games. So stay tuned for that. All right, we are back, and I'm glad to be back. L1 Games is on the other side of the city, so unfortunately I don't get to go there that often, but it is a very cool store. Because it's a little bit smaller, if you don't see something immediately on the shelf, ask, because they have a big area in the back where they've got tons of games, accessories, consoles, all kinds of stuff. So just ask, like yard sales. Also, you guys saw that really awesome AT-AT GameCube mod. Muzz was saying that was his very first mod that he ever did, was the put the GameCube in an AT-AT and give it 4 Wavebirds. I tried to steal it, but the case was locked, so you know, I didn't get it. Also, Josh, you know, it's funny sometimes when you see people on camera, they're different than they are in real life. And he's certainly not like that. He's a genuine dude. He's very knowledgeable about like cameras and lighting and production and, you know, that kind of stuff. So if you ever have any questions for him, definitely ask him. He's more than happy to help. And he was just a really nice dude. And I wish him and his channel all the success in the world. And I hope that we get to collaborate on a Way Back Wednesday here in the future. So here we go. We got some pickups. First 2 pickups, not too crazy here. I got everything for $30, so just sort of ignore the price tag. A friend of mine back in the day named Russell had a Game Boy Advance, and he had this game, and I always wanted to get it in my collection, just sort of a nostalgia thing, but I actually kind of like golf. But it's Final Round Golf 2002, and he only had 99 cents on that, but I think he gave me the hookup. Yeah, I don't know. It's a golf game. There's, you know, it's on the Game Boy Advance. Maybe we'll live stream it. I don't know. It's actually not a bad game. I saw this in the case. I needed it for my Nintendo 64 collection. As you guys know, we are under 100 games. We're getting close to like 95, 96-ish games. So every game helps. So he just hooked me up on this one too. I got Virtual Chess 64 for the N64. And we're very happy to add that to the collection. We are getting down to sort of the nitty-gritty on that N64 collection. Sure, we need, you know, Worms and Sculptor's Cut, but we also need sort of some lower titles, like some sports titles, like Virtua Chess type of titles. I need some Tony Hawk titles. And I think the next game I want to get for N64 is Goemon's Great Adventure, because I actually kind of want to play it. But yeah, we're not doing too bad on that. You guys know I love PlayStation long box games. I love the way they look. I remember being in the military overseas in 98 and seeing long box games, you know, on the shelf, and they just always hit that sort of nostalgic boom for me, I guess. I just love them. But this is my 2 favorite things right here: High Speed Racers and PlayStation long box. We got Cyber Speed, and this is in very mint condition. I don't even want to open it all the way. Like you can tell, like it doesn't open really hard past there, like really far past there. But it's got the manual, which is in nice shape. And it's got the foam. Who doesn't like foam? And there's the game in there. So definitely proud to add that to the collection. And the last thing that we got, we're getting ready to leave, and I'm looking at the Game Boy games. And Muzz is like, oh yeah, here, I got these two. And he pulls out these two big tubs of Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. And I only got to look through them for like 2 minutes, man. But I saw this game, and I knew I had to have it. So for 20 bucks, we picked up Gunstar Superheroes. Try and get a better lighting on that. Focus. Gunstar Superheroes for the Game Boy Advance. Very excited to have this in the collection. This is a game that we will play. And of course, I went on thecoverproject.net and I printed out a cover for a DS case, and we will get that on the shelf and add it to the collection. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Hope you enjoyed the store tour. Thanks again to Muzz from L1 Games and Josh from Your Player 2 for hanging out with me and putting up with my debauchery and my nonsense. And we will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. What is going on, people inside that internet machine? Welcome to this episode of Odds and Ends, and as the title says, we're doing another video game tour. Video game tour? What is going on, people inside that internet machine? Welcome to this episode of Odds and Ends. In today's episode, as the title suggests, we are going to take another video game tour. This time, God, stop. Video game tour? Here, let's tour a video game. Check it out. There's so much stuff in that store that if you don't see anything out front, just ask, because he's got a huge area in the back where he's got games and consoles and, you know, accessories, stuff like that. So if you're in that store because it is sort of a smaller space, don't be afraid to ask, because he probably has it in the back. Also, he has it in the back. Yay! We went to L1 Video Games and met Your Player 2.